You're born under a storm. Lightning crawls across the sky, and your mother swears the thunder spoke your name. Congratulations, you're not normal. At least that's what the world decides for you. Well, that's not strange as you are born as an outcast in Wednesday's universe, but you're born stranger than others. You're psychic. You're born in a small town, the kind of place where everyone knows everyone. Your parents tell the neighbors you're normal, but you aren't. Your visions come too early. While other children babble, you scream at shadows no one else can see. You wake up in the night, eyes wide, describing things that haven't happened yet. Sometimes you're right. Too often, you aren't. Normie kids never let you forget what you are. They whisper, freak, weirdo, curse. One day they shove you into a janitor's closet at school. Lights out, hair thin. You panic, and the visions come. Flashing images of things that haven't happened yet. Blood, screams, fire. When they find you hours later, you're not crying. You're laughing, because you've seen every one of their faces torn apart by something you don't understand. Your parents tell themselves they can protect you, that if you stay small, quiet, normal, maybe the world won't notice. But the world always notices. You never get invited, never get included, never get safe. So when you turn 12 and the letter arrives, black seal pressed into pale wax, they don't hesitate. Nevermore Academy, a place for outcasts, a place for people like you. You ride in with your bag clutched tight, ready to hate it, ready to be hated. But then you see them. The first sight of the black spires chills your bones. The place looks less like a school, more like a fortress, a sanctuary, or a prison, depending on who you ask. Inside you see fangs, vampires pale as moonlight, sunglasses indoors, whispering about blood drives like their after parties. The furs, werewolves loud and rowdy, already wrestling in the quad, their claws flashing when they laugh. The scales, sirens, beautiful and sharp-eyed, their voices carrying too far, tugging at your thoughts even though you know better. The stoners, gorgons hiding their snakes under caps, careful not to meet anyone's eyes. And everywhere, clusters of ordinary-looking kids. Until you realize they aren't ordinary at all. You meet them in classes, in the halls, in the shadows after curfew. Psychics like you. The dreamwalkers, the animators, the ones who can taste memories in objects. And for the first time in your life, you're not the strangest thing in sight. And you make friends. Jason, the gorgon who jokes to cover the snakes in his hair. Jennifer, the siren who resents every note that leaves her throat. Esme, the vampire who never quite smiles but never quite leaves your side either. For the first time, you breathe easy. You almost feel safe. Almost. You almost believe it. The safety, the friendship, the idea that Nevermore could be home. Well, until the disappearances start. First a kid from the Fangs, gone overnight. Teachers say he ran away. Problem kid. Then you hear a Gorgon girl was missing. Same excuse. The whispers grow. You try to ignore them. Then your visions start. You see cages. Shackles. You don't tell anyone. Not yet. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's just your curse playing tricks. So you ignore it. Months pass, and now you have finally settled into Nevermore. One autumn evening, a teacher takes you and your friends off campus. Field study, they call it. A chance to test your restraint among normies. You're marched into Jericho, the town bordering the school. You see lights flickering on shop windows, strangers staring at your pale skin, your two dark eyes. But something is wrong. Jennifer hums to steady herself, voice trembling. Jason pulls his beanie low, like armor. Esme won't meet your gaze, hands buried in her sleeves. And at the edge of it all, your visions twitch like claws on glass. Then the teacher leads you into an alley. One way in, one way out. Waiting at the exit, men in coats, eyes too sharp, hands on chains. Collectors. You've heard the rumors of bounty hunters that kidnap and hunt outcasts. They sell to the highest bidders who buy outcasts like livestock, for their blood, for their gifts. The trap snaps shut. Jason drops first, a stun rod slamming into his ribs. Jennifer's song is muffled with a mask. Esme lunges, fangs flashing, only to be caught by garlic-laced shackles that hiss against her skin. Your vision tears through you. Cages, scalpels, years of darkness. And then it happens. Esme looks at you. One heartbeat, one choice. She wrenches herself free, straight into the guards. Chains burn her flesh, but she doesn't stop. Run. Jennifer clamps her eyes shut. Jason rips his hat off, snakes writhing. The teacher freezes, stone creeping up his throat. You drag your friends into the street. Behind you, Esme screams once. Then silence. You all return to Nevermore late that night. You report to the headmistress. She tells you the collector never existed, that you're all covering up for Esme, that Esme eloped with the teacher. But you know the truth. You all do. Weeks pass, and the school expects you all to move on. But you can't let it go. Every night, you hear Esme scream in your head. Every day, you see her empty desk, her untouched books, her name scratched out of the roll. The teachers still call her a runaway. Your classmates shrug, whisper, move on. But you don't. You and your friends push back. Jason swears he saw the stun rod. Jennifer still has bruises from the encounter. You confront the headmistress. At first, she's cold, distant. Then her mask slips. I believe you, she whispers. But if the truth spreads, there will be hysteria. Nevermore's enemies would burn this school to ash. She warns you to stay quiet. Yet you notice she begins to leave you breadcrumbs. A file slipped into your locker. A hushed word about a missing supply order. The name of a teacher who left suddenly. So you dig deeper and piece clues together. One night, following a trail, you stumble onto another attempt. Another group of students led into the woods. This time, you intervene. Chaos erupts. Chains, shouts, a collector fleeing into the night. You save everyone, and it's enough to put doubts in the runaway story. And from that night on, you know two things. The collectors are real, and Esme might still be alive. You should feel victorious after the ambush. You saved someone. You shattered the lie. But instead, you feel watched, followed. Every vision claws at your skull, dragging you deeper into Esme's shadow. Always the same fragments. Her eyes glazed, her wrists bound, a flicker on a signboard half buried in ivy. You can almost hear her voice. But it sounds wrong. Hollow. Forced. At first you ignore them, just the echo of guilt gnawing at you. But when the image starts bleeding into your waking hours, you give in. You tell Jason and Jennifer. They want to believe too. Finally, you bring it to the headmistress. She listens, for once not dismissing you outright. She tells you the walls have ears, but she might know the place. She tells you the signboard belongs to an abandoned textile factory, once owned by an outcast clan wiped out decades ago. All the pieces, suddenly fitting. So you go. She leads the way, her flashlight slicing shadows in the empty halls. At first, it's just dust and rot. Then, a figure. Esme. You run to her. You don't care how gaunt she looks, or how her hands twitch like marionette strings. You only see the friend who once saved you. You reach for her. And that's when she moves. Too fast, too precise. Her arms lock around you, not in an embrace, but a hold. You try to struggle, but a vampire's strength trumps yours. The headmistress steps closer, smiling at last. She tells you that you brought this to yourself. Tells you that you could have just let go. Just then, Jason and Jennifer arrive behind you, breathless. Relief floods you. Until you see their eyes. Glazed. Empty. The headmistress tells you that Nevermore has always been more than a school. You're shocked to find out that they have been brainwashing students for years. Something about an outcast uprising to become the overlords, and how all the brainwashed are soldiers in hiding. Soon, you'll be one too. You look at your friends. Esme tightens her grip. Jason removes his hat. Jennifer hums. Soft. Obedient. The trap is complete. You fight, but it's useless. Esme's strength pins you. Jason's stone gaze keeps you trembling. Jennifer's song coils around your mind like barbed wire. The headmistress watches, patient, as if this has all been rehearsed. They strap you into the chair. Cold steel clamps your wrist, your forehead, your chest. Wires slither across your skin. A needle pierces your vein, burning as it floods you with chemicals. Your visions erupt like fire. Not glimpses now, but torrents. Futures smashing into present. Endless loops of agony. You scream, but the sound is swallowed by static. The last thing you see before darkness claims you is Esme's face. Not the girl you knew, but a puppet, smiling without warmth. Nevermore gleams like a polished crown under the sun. Parents send their children through its gates with pride, with hope. Teachers boast of discipline, of excellence, of tradition. The missing are explained away. Runaways, rebels, weaklings. Stories smoothed over with smiles and carefully chosen words. Inside the walls, the cycle turns. Outcasts broken down, rebuilt into weapons for a cause they never chose. And you are somewhere in the machine now. Your visions harvested, your voice silenced. Esme's sacrifice whispers in your dreams, but no one will ever know. Nevermore stands eternal, and you, forgotten.